In Bosnia, the president of Bosnia towards the end of the 90s was Alija Etsobejovic, who was a thinker, a writer, and an intellectual. And he published a plethora of works that transformed the Bosniak Muslims, because they lived in an era where communism became rife. They lost their identity, they lost their religious belonging. But he produced Islamic philosophical works that were on par with modern day European philosophers at the time. And he rebutted their atheistic beliefs and their communist tendencies by tying his values and principles with the underpinnings of Islamic law. And he became a transformative leader and speaker. And this man founded a small grassroots movement in Bosnia called Young Muslims, which paved the path for the younger generation to understand that they had a role to play amidst the torture and the persecution. And the question we have to ask ourselves is, we're living in a country that is currently complicit in the Gaza genocide. What steps are we taking? What movements are we trying to initiate? What discussions are we having? Because the suffering of Muslims has to be at the forefront of our minds. If we're living each day while thinking about our wives and our children, then there's no khair within us. Because the fundamental sign of Iman is to have care and concern for Muslim suffering that's occurring worldwide. The moment we wake in the morning, though, their agony and their pain should be at the forefront of our minds. So we learn lots of lessons from the Srebrenica massacre. And among them is to never give up hope. That these criminals who carried out this barbaric massacre, decades later were taken to The Hague and they were sentenced. Some of them died in prison. But is that ultimate justice? No. If we didn't have divine justice, if we didn't have a hereafter, it would burn us inside. But we know that Allah allows the oppressor to roam. So when Allah grasps him, Allah humiliates him and disgraces him. And the ultimate disgrace for these people will be when they stand in the divine court of Allah Azza wa Jalla in the hereafter. But we as Muslims shouldn't be filled with despair. Ease will always come. Victory will always come, with or without us. But the fundamental question is, what role are we going to play in that victory?